Yep. I wasn't expecting to do a stream today either. But Vince McMahon has announced that he's retiring. And I find that quite strange. And I think we need to talk about this immediately. So I can't, I think the rest of the boys can't actually make it on right now. Everyone's at work or either sleeping or I've got other commitments and I clearly have nothing better to do. So I'm Lord Manny Hayes and you're watching me react as everyone else reacts to Vince McMahon, letting everyone know he's retiring via Twitter, which I also think is quite weird. uh, yeah, I'm doing this all on my own. So if anyone does appear in the comments, I'll get to it if I can. I don't intend to be on that long. So to start off, the tweet basically read, as you can see here, at 77, time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe, then, now, forever, together. Which is nice, short but sweet. But then he did go on to send out a memo, which read, as I approach 77 years old, I feel it's time for me to retire as chairman and CEO of WWE. McMahon said in a statement released by the sports entertainment company, throughout the years, it's been a privilege to help WWE bring you joy, inspire you, thrill you, surprise you, and always entertain you. I'd like to thank my family for mightily contributing to our success, and I would also like to thank all of our past and present superstars and employees for their dedication and passion for our brand. Most importantly, I would like to thank our fans for allowing us to come into your homes every week and being your choice of entertainment. I hold the deepest appreciation and admiration for all our generation of fans all over the world who have currently and sometimes even loved our form of sports entertainment. There is another part to this. Our global audience can take comfort in knowing WWE will continue to entertain you with the same fervor, I don't know what that word is, dedication and passion as always. McMahon continued, I am extremely confident in the continued success of WWE and I leave our company in the capable hands of an extraordinary group of superstars, employees, and executives. In particular, both chairwoman and co-CEO Stephanie McMahon and co-CEO Nick Khan. As the majority shareholder, I will continue to support WWE in any way I can. My personal thanks to our community and business partners, shareholders, and board of directors for their guidance and support through the years. Then, now, forever, together. So, yeah, I was actually trying to enjoy playing as Dusk Falls when this news broke, and I just found out from Texas from Eric and Ross that Vince had retired. And then I think I don't know. It came out a bit in poor taste, kind of in a jokey form. Of I'm sure he will probably retract his statement and apologize or whatever later. Tony Khan did come out and say thanks to all to you wrestling fans and your great support of AEW. I'm grateful to now be the longest tenured CEO in pro wrestling. Thank you very much to every single person who watches AEW on and then he at AEW on TV, and then he started promoting AEW Rampage, which is later tonight, which I think is very poor taste, if I'm honest. Yeah, so I think it's quite in poor taste, but it is what it is. There's a lot of things going on. I think there's very much a board meeting coming later in about a half an hour, I believe, which is what I was seeing over Twitter at the moment, where I think he's also stepping down from his role in creative. So he's completely going. So this is going to be interesting. So like Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics said Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan will be co-CEOs of WWE, according to Vince McMahon. To email to staff, he referred to Stephanie as chairwoman as well, which means I think the role she held as interim is now she is the permanent chairwoman of the board. So there's that. What have we got in the comments? We got Levi saying yes, yes, yes. Jimmy is in shock. Levi says, I'm going to the AEW panel tomorrow. I'm bringing a Vince McMahon is all elite poster for TK to sign. You're an idiot. You want me to get anything signed to TK to sign? No, I don't. What else is going on? It is an interesting question. If Ryan Satin is asking if Vince McMahon is retiring, who is going to be the head of creative now? This is also coming off a day where Triple H was appointed his role of EVP of Talent Relations. So it's a very strange situation at this moment in time, and like without any proper details, we can all assume that Vince McMahon is being forced out of this position. I think he's definitely been forced out of this position where clearly I think it's been under his best advisement with all the additional allegations that come out since the Wall Street Journal inquiry and exposure. So I think it's been taken advice to step down and retire from the company. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where the direction of this company goes now. Like I know a lot of people in our comments, a lot like El Luchador, who does say he's not watching the WWE product until Vince goes or dies. Well, this is now the jump. I think this is now the jumping on point for some of those fans that think like that to see where this actually goes. And yeah, it'd be a very interesting kind of time now to see where WWE go, because they've definitely fallen behind and it's set in their ways. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually change their ways now. What else is going on? It's just a lot of people saying thank you to Vince McMahon. So yeah, I haven't really got anything else. This kind of took me by surprise. I didn't really prepare anything. I just thought we might as well come on here and get the news out. Have you got any questions while I find more stuff? So Levi believes Jeff Jarrett, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H take over. I think, but Jeff Jarrett is currently dealing with. Event. I think he's head of events or something at the moment. I think Shawn Michaels will continue to run NXT, and then I think that leads Triple H probably to be more on the main roster side in terms of creative, I guess, with Stephanie. What else is going on, people? It'd be easier if I actually had Twitter open. Sorry. There's a lot going on. So Pat McAfee said, thank you for the decades of dedication to entertainment. Thank you for the miles you traveled. Thank you for the sacrifices. Thank you for the priceless business advice. Thank you for the opportunity to be a WWE superstar. You're not perfect, but you're forever a legend. I think that's correct. I mean, in a way, depending on your views on it. Yeah, but a lot has happened. So if you just jumped into the stream, if you just jumped into the stream, Triple H has announced he's officially back as EVP. Vince McMahon has announced his retirement from WWE. Stephanie and Nick Khan are now co-CEOs of WWE. Yeah, it's a very interesting place to be. Vince McMahon is fully gone. Brandon Ross says Vince McMahon is fully gone from WWE as an executive. This includes his role as head of creative. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know. But Vince McMahon stepping away from WWE is officially the biggest wrestling news story ever. Some people are saying the industry will never be the same again. I think that's kind of true. I do think that's kind of true. I did see the TK tweet. I think it's kind of in poor taste straight out of the bat. Like, I don't think he needed to do that. To be honest, I know it's in jest, but I think he should know better sometimes. But the guy doesn't think before he does do sometimes. Like that tweet about what was her name? It was Cedric's wife. I can't remember her name. Where he jumped. He jumped to defend himself before thinking about the actual response, and then the backlash that came from it. So yeah, let's just make this a short video. But yeah, there'll be more from me, Marcus, and Eric tomorrow on the show, where probably more information will probably be out by then. But yeah, Vince McMahon has officially retired. What does that mean for WWE? Leave that in the comments. We'll read them tomorrow on the show if you or join us live. So yeah, I just mentioned on Lucha Talk earlier. This is probably the jumping in point for you to start watching again, correct? But I don't think things are going to change much. I think programming wise and morale may change, but I don't think it'll be. Yeah, I don't think it'll be as different as many people think. I think with the plan they currently have, I think they're very much going to stay the same in terms of making money, because they are a business. They're not really a wrestling business anymore. They're a business that just happens to do wrestling on the side. I think they're trying to be a brand like Marvel and stuff. So it'd be interesting to see where they go from here, because it was very clear they're not for the wrestling. It's clear more recently they're not, that they're not for the wrestling fan. They're more for casuals. If you want that kind of stuff, you go to AEW and elsewhere. You know, this is about making money and essentially selling product to kids and families. Eric said, "Do you think you can talk to me, but you can't join me?" In chat, Eric thinks, "Do you think other performers will get a fair chance to be stars?" I think everyone's had a fair chance. I think it'll be a lot more fairer, because I think you're not pleasing Vince anymore. You're probably going to be looking to please Triple H and Stephanie, I'm guessing, but like Triple H seems a lot easier to please. So Triple H seems a lot more easier to please if you look at how he built a NXT Black and Gold. When you hear people talk about what it was like to work for Triple H in interviews, it's always like a glowing kind of reception for Triple H. It's never, no one's ever went, you know what, Triple H did me dirty in NXT. The only person I think that speaks ill of Triple H at the moment probably is CM Punk. So yeah, I definitely think that people will get a better chance. I think people will be given more time, if anything, with Triple H and Vince, with Vince being gone. But it's who's going to be that person sitting in Gorilla to tell them to say good job or whatever. It's still up to we're still waiting on that kind of news. What else is rolling in? Ross said it's a new day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And yeah, Triple H built a lot of good will with hardcore fans of NXT. He did that to ESPN, telling us Vince McMahon's retired. But yeah, but I don't think that that was the thing. That never really that never corresponded to Vince's vision. So I think now will be a lot more different. But I don't think what Triple H was doing would have transferred into views for the modern people that watch Raw and SmackDown. Because like even in its heyday, Hold on, I need to put headphones on this because Eric is in the chat. Eric is in the studio, so I've got to put headphones in now. 1 sec. This is very unorganized. I apologize. Well, look who it is.
Yeah. Whatever. Can you hear me? That's my question.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. This is a momentous occasion. I've never been on the road before.
This is also a very interesting shot you've chosen.
Well,
And I would say it's unflattering, but you look incredibly slim from this view.
unfortunately, unlike most everybody else, I don't have a car phone harness for my phone. Oh, that's a main city shot right there. Y'all can look at the sunroof. Look at the sunroof. There we go. Manny, what were you discussing before I jumped in and decided? Because I was just gonna save everything for tomorrow.
Well, we can leave bits for tomorrow because I think tomorrow there's going to be more news for us to talk about because more is going to come out. There's a meeting for the writers later so more news will probably come out of that. But so El Luchador said Triple H built a lot of goodwill with hardcore wrestling fans with NXT. So, but I went on to say that I don't think what Triple H vision for NXT Black and Gold transferred over when you look at call-ups and the success of that. It didn't fit with their vision.
I would agree with that, but like I think that it's one of those things. Like when I saw that post that you did, that allegedly from that tweet from Tony Khan about
that was real, Eric.
Yeah, like to me, I just don't understand the concept of that tweet because it makes no sense to make that tweet because it's a tool. Because now the people in power, in so many ways, they have a same philosophy about wrestling as the AEW, except they do a better job probably at telling stories. Like Triple H is respected by almost the majority of that roster, unlike except for maybe CM Punk. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of those wrestlers would probably still be in WWE if they felt that they would have got a fair chance on the main roster to actually be successful. Now that Triple H is now essentially John Laurinaitis, he's the head of talent. Stephanie is a co-CEO. I can see a little bit more of them allowing some of the NXT talent to shine, and in that situation, what happens when the products become similar? What separates AEW from from WWE, the main roster and stuff like that? As you said jokingly, this is a new day. This is a fresh start for WWE. You no longer have a 77-year-old person in charge of your company. Not to get political, but it's one of the problems that is run with American politics, that the people that are in charge are old and out of touch. You have a little bit of a younger person who's in the seat now. It'll be interesting to see what happens to WWE going forward for the next couple of months.
Levi said Eric is so mad he's breaking the law.
I am not breaking the law. I have headsets on, and I'm still focusing. But why am I mad? I'm curious.
I don't think he's mad. It's just Levi being Levi, isn't it?
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think we're fully gonna know how much has changed for at least a few weeks.
Yeah. I mean, clearly we found out though, whatever the internal investigation found was damning, and he had to walk away. Clearly.
Yeah, I think it was best under advice for him to leave. I think one was enough. One would probably have kept him in there, but the fact that more came out afterwards, it was like, okay, you probably should go.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm excited because it's like, who's in the beginning of the writers' meetings? Like, are we gonna have those schizophrenic nights? Because the one thing I can say that I enjoyed about NXT when Triple H was in charge, it was actually long-term storytelling. It never felt like anything was rushed. Now, if you liked every story that they did, hey, you might have not, but at least it seemed like they had a direction. Hopefully, WWE going forward will have more of a direction and not, break the Brock glass because shit is going hell. We need to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, me trying to watch Dynamite this week, and when I saw the dude in the ring, I was like, That looked like two dimes. And I'm like, fuck, that's two dimes. Like, Tony can't help himself. He can't. He will be the destruction of himself. It will be somewhat similar to Vince McMahon. It might not take the how many years Vince was in charge, but he's detrimental to himself. Like, that tweet shows that he's detrimental to himself.
Yeah. Alushio said, I bet there's more coming out about Vince. I'm sure there is. I'm sure now that he's left, I'm sure more is going to leak out. You know, I'm sure more information is going to come out than what Vince has been like behind the scenes for a very long time. Ross said, I don't think things are going to look. I don't think things are going to start to look that different until next year. You may see new call-ups, revamp Raw. It's an absolute must, but it's not until Mania season we'll really notice things. Yeah, I think the road to WrestleMania will probably be a lot more different. What came out more about the stuff about Vince was it was more difficult to be heard. And I think a lot of the people that are currently in WWE that are a success have had a better relationship with Triple H. And Triple H is more likely to hear you in a sense.
I think for the next 6 months, what we're gonna get more of those Titus O'Neil things on Monday Night Raw, because it's about to become a PR nightmare for WWE. Because I'm sure is that if Vince is retiring, what's gonna be awful. It's gonna be taking time to the but the casual investor,
I'm not sure if anyone else could hear that, but I couldn't hear that.
I don't know what you said.
I think you're losing signal as you're driving. Yeah, I think you're losing signal as you're driving, Eric. Okay, I think I've lost Eric. Let me just quickly remove him for a minute, and then he can refresh. What I'm expecting from tomorrow, and probably more effectively from Monday, you're going to see the WWE stock price probably go down. I'm guessing from this. J.K. Smith said it just sounded like a rap album being done in prison. I wouldn't know, J.K. Smith. Kevin Dunn got to be gone as well. He knows far too much. Yeah, probably. Well, the problem with Kevin Dunn was because he was doing that job, I think there was also a report that someone that was below him, there was no room for any more progression. So it'll probably be interesting to see if he gets replaced as well with Kevin Dunn, because a lot of it, you're going to start to see a lot of Vince's original boys out.
All of them are going down. All of them.
It's a good thing as well. It's a good thing because then you freshen up who's backstage and you freshen up with people that know the product and like with fresh ideas and stuff like that. It'd be a good thing. No one holding on to these old ideas of how the wrestling business should be run.
Let's be honest. WWE is a youth movement for a long time. I think El Luchador has always been chiming at once Vince walked away, he would consider coming back. And I think it's a point where everything gets dated. And I think this is a good start for WWE going forward. It's just that they're going to have to go through a lot of shit to get better.
I don't know if this is true, but Ross has just put in, and Levi, Brock has just walked out on Smackdown. He's pissed at the Vince news.
I don't quite understand that. I mean,
he's a Vince boy, isn't he? He's a Vince.
He
boy.
Is.
And if you listen to his McAfee interview, Vince was very much a father figure to Brock.
Okay. I mean, I can understand being upset about that. I mean, because because we all know that although he's announcing he's retiring, we all know he was forced out.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're gonna have to do some PR. I mean, like I said, everything's gonna be PR at this point. From smoothing over the Vince's talent to the investors, this is something they did not plan, and it's like it'll be interesting to see how resilient that they are, and it'll be also interesting to see if AEW can take a dent and take a piece out of their market share. I mean, like, because right now this is the best time to do it, right? When company is going through a renovation or a rebuild, which essentially what they're doing.
Yeah. So yeah, this even tonight SmackDown is now going to be must watch.
Oh yes, the ratings are going to be up. Manny's going to sacrifice sleep to see what happens, and know what's going to probably happen? Absolutely nothing.
Probably nothing, and I'll be exhausted tomorrow. So Eric, I was playing until at dusk or whatever, some new Xbox game, with story-driven game where you make choices and stuff like that. It was kind of like a Telltale game. When you and Ross decided to text the group chat of Vince retiring.
Let me hold on. Say it again, because you're related right now because I'm going through the hills.
I was playing Until Dusk or whatever it's called.
Nope,
The new
this ain't gonna work.
All right, so we are gonna lose Eric in a minute, so let's just close it out here. We covered quite a lot.
I can actually hear you now. I just don't think I can do video.
Yeah. Okay. I was playing Until Dawn or Until Dusk or As Dusk Settles or whatever it's called. Oh. And your text is from Ross. You and Ross's text came through, and then I was like, shit. There's no way I'm concentrating now.
I don't know, because everybody wants to be a part of the storm right now. This is going to be one of those things where, like, it's just such a momentous moment in professional wrestling right now.
Yeah, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. So everyone mark the time in your diaries this time next year, and we're going to ask the exact same question. What were you doing when you found out the news about Vince McMahon's retirement?
Hey, at least it's not Vince McMahon dying.
I mean, that's probably soon. Soon, you know.
Let me ask you this question, though, Manny. What's more prominent? Vince McMahon announces his retirement, or Vince McMahon being accused of his sexual misconduct?
I mean, more prominent in the business world is Vince McMahon retiring, but now that's probably because of these allegations. This is a forced resignation, essentially, a forced retirement. We all know that.
And then if you're Netflix and you have that documentary about Vince, and I know they weren't going to release it, do you
I mean, they've got all the footage, Eric. They've got all the footage. They might as well put it out.
Yeah, but I mean, would you go back to the drawing board and add this little snippet to it? Why not?
Yeah, I would, but I don't think Vince would have that, you know?
Well, he already signed his approval. He signed it. I mean, his lawyers, he got shit else to do.
Yeah, I'm sure he could probably do it. I don't think Vince necessarily gives a fuck about what people think about him, to be honest.
That's true. Man, it's a crazy moment, though. I didn't think that on July 22nd at 2:22 on my time, which just makes it even more clever, that I will be discussing Vince McMahon retiring as I'm driving home from work. Because I left work early.
This is a shoot, baby. This is a shoot.
This is a shoot, but unfortunately it's not recorded and the audio listeners won't get it. So everybody, please just tune in tomorrow on Saturday, where it will be all WWE talk tomorrow. I'm sorry, AEW, but AEW doesn't get any coverage of the Saturday show this week. None.
I mean, I think a lot of people heard our displeasure of me and Marcus' displeasure of AEW Dynamite on the show on the Manny Marcus show on yesterday. So I didn't hear it, so I didn't know. Yeah, I told you I didn't necessarily want to talk about it again, because it was just like a show that was there, and it was like it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best main event.
for what I've watched so far, there's only one thing that I and I
Eric, you're kind of out of signal again. Yeah, let's just wrap this up, Eric, and then we'll talk about this more tomorrow with more stuff. Then I'm sure there'll be more stuff out there. So if you haven't liked the video and subscribed, we'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. BST, 11 p.m. Pacific, and 2 p.m. Eastern with the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast. Yeah, and we're closing in on 300 people. I think as of right now we're on 275. So share the video if you can, spread the word, help us get on the road to 300 and eventually 1,000. Let's do it.
Help us help you. Stay sharp.
Help us be better, man. Help us be better. We'll catch you soon. Peace.